Welcome to Climate Curious Quickies, bite-sized nuggets of climate goodness from our TEDx experts in under 5 minutes.
In this week's Climate Curious, we're taking a look at how a very special plant is helping people clean up Bolivia's polluted lakes. Using the ancestral traditions of the Uru indigenous people, the Team Uru Uru project works to decontaminate polluted waters thanks to the healing powers of the totora plant. We're joined by Gustavo Blanco, an environmental activist based in Uru Uru, Bolivia, of Aymara indigenous roots and currently studying at Princeton University, to dive into how restoring his local lakes protects so much more than just nature. It protects people and livelihoods. On how the Uru Uru team is cleaning up Bolivia's polluted lakes with the help of the totora plant, here's Gustavo. Stay curious.
My name is Gustavo Blanco. I'm originally from an indigenous community, Aymara in Bolivia, called Turco. I'm a current undergrad at Princeton studying sociology, and I'm an environmental advocate with the Uru Uru team. My work focuses on restoring the fragile wetland ecosystem of Bolivia, particularly the Uru Uru Lake, which has unfortunately been heavily affected by mining and the rapid urbanization happening back in my community. In order to do this job, we work closely with indigenous communities, trying to integrate ecological knowledge with modern conservation science and, designing and implementing restoration initiatives, trying to connect the communities as stewards of the lake back in Bolivia. The Uru Uru Lake is a millenarian lake. It has a lot of significance for a lot of communities historically, but unfortunately, because of the extractivism history that has happened in Bolivia, this one has been affected by a lot of mining companies that are, surrounding the area. These mining companies have affected with their wastewater, which ends up in the Uru Uru Lake. And it has also been affected by untreated sewage. It has also been affected by the accumulation of plastic waste from a city that is rapidly growing and is getting already to the areas of the lake. So because of this, a lot of parts from the lake are being heavily contaminated. It is very unfortunate to see, flamingos that are, drinking or eating right next to plastic bottles. It is very sad to see, water that has very bad odor water. It's really a scenario in which, the lake is in a very bad situation because of these different issues that it's facing. We are implementing a solution. I think this solution came, from basically two areas. It was first one, the necessity and the urgency, because it's really urgent to save the lake. We have very few time. And unfortunately, there's no local authorities or, there's no people that are actually taking action. And the necessity because, we are not, for conventional techniques of restoration for this lake will take a lot of monetary resources. It will take a lot of, support from different support and collaboration from big organizations. But unfortunately, we are just a group of youth, indigenous leaders that care about the environment, and we wanted to take action. So we found out ways which we could do that, and we looked up at the heritage that we've been given by many indigenous communities throughout history, including the use of a unique plant which is called totora. This plant is very resilient in the Andean areas of Bolivia and is able to consume the pollutants, the heavy metals that are on this lake, like zinc and other metals that contaminate the lake, as these were, the plant is able to consume it as these were nutrients, and is able to store it under leaves to later be, removed and to later help the decontamination process in the lake. So this process is not really a conventional method of decontamination, but has been proven by research done in the area by researchers on the ecological area to be effective and to be many times proposed to the local authorities, but the local authorities never really took attention to it or never really adopted that plan. So we took on that plan, and we took action, and we started, applying this solution, which has been fortunately, able to show some results, which we have shared with a lot of the organizations that support us, which is that on the area that we have first started planted, we have been able to achieve a decontamination of 30% of the water. And this has been really our most clear proof of work, and our most clear proof of the effectiveness of this method. So yeah, we work closely with the plan of totora, which is not only, a symbol of resilience, but it's a very important symbol of our culture, indigenous culture, because up until now, many indigenous communities use this plant not only to decontaminate the water, but they use it for many other reasons, like to build boats, to build the base for many of their floating villages. So it's really a plant that has many uses and has a lot of significance for this community. So we are also trying to restore, on the other sense, the cultural significance of this plant as well. We really needed to scale up our project. We needed to, be growing the different plantations we have. We needed to start establishing different initiatives for the community to be very interactive and be very engaged with our project. So that's when the Iris Prize came just in time, because we were thinking about scaling up this project to already, be something established, and to already build, start building on a plan in which this could be sustainable to many years in the future, where it won't only be necessary as young volunteers passionate for the environment to be able to continue it, but for the same people in the community being able to continue this project in the future. So a lot of the resources that we get from the IRIS project are spent on adopting community initiatives to make them very connected to our project, such as we create community gardens for the community to plant different, vegetables they need for the year. And through this way, we usually work with the kids. We are, implementing a lot of environmental resilience and education. We are also, implementing a lot of, recycling initiatives in the different high schools. We usually do competitions between the different grades in high school to see who is able to, collect most of the plastic bottles that are contaminating the lake, to win different prizes as an incentive. So this requires a lot of coordination, requires a lot of resources as well, and we are working very hard on it. And I think the Irish Prize is a big, with not only the resources but also the different opportunities that we are connected now, such as here trying to visualize this issue has just been great. Not only providing the resources to this, providing the other resources that are very much important as well, such as the mentorship, the possibility to visualize our issue in different areas, in different spaces. On that area, the Irish Prize has really been amazing. For people that want to get involved with our project, with our initiative, we have a website. Just looking up Uru Uru team, and we're going to be the first one to show up, where we share a little bit of our work, and we also showcase how they can support us, either by, if you are located in Bolivia and specifically in the area of Oruro, you can engage with us being a volunteer on the different plantations that we do throughout the year, and with the different community initiatives that we develop very often in the communities. So by that sense, there is many ways in which you can get involved. And of course, you can get involved supporting us in our project, supporting us on our efforts, either economically, or either connecting us to further opportunities like mentorship and opportunities to more visibilize our issue. And I think that for people that want to get involved in the IRIS project, I think especially if young people are hearing this, I think that the application is open for being able to be supported with different levels of funding on the level of your project, of your initiative. I think it's just really an opportunity to, not only grow as an environmental leader, but also grow, your project itself and grow your initiative.
Thanks for listening to this Quickie.
This episode was created by our superstar podcast team at TEDxLondon. Until next time,
Stay curious.